Growing up in a small town, I learned that connections go beyond blood. They're built through shared experiences, friendships, and the moments we celebrate together.
We've lived in our same home now for probably 56, 7 years.
Okay, good amount of time. That's a good amount of time. It's hard when something you love so much does change, which, I mean, the world itself has changed, I guess,
Sure.
too, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, the nostalgia of that past, right, is sometimes hard to let go of.
Actually, Skyridge High School sits on my dad's farm. I was driving a truck when I was 8 or 9 years old. He says, "Hon, you know what? I don't have enough water to keep this green." And that was about 1956. And then he sold the land to the church
Okay.
for $65,000.
Wow. They got a deal.
And that is what Ivory Ridge is now, is my dad's farm.
Is your dad's farm.
And then he bought a dump truck, and he's hauled for people for 25 years. And back then, if you knew that you were expecting a baby, you had to tell the superintendent, and you were terminated.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Redonna Clark.
Yeah.
And she sued the district and said, "You cannot make me quit."
Yeah.
And she won. And
Good.
from then on, women could be pregnant and teach. Young men need a good, strong male role model.
Sure.
And there's getting fewer and fewer and fewer in the profession, which is, I think, tragic. I feel like they have to move into administration to earn enough money
Sure.
to provide for their families. And that's, you know, I think they've got things backwards. The money needs to go into the teacher salaries. I
Sure.
love teaching very,
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah.
But I went into counseling and was a counselor for 14 years. We didn't have professional development. In fact, I remember my first year at American Fork High School, the principal showed me my room and introduced me to my colleagues. I really worry about, we test and test and test.
Yeah.
And I have kids who hate to be tested that much.
Yeah.
So we hired an honors English teacher, and she was to prepare a test. This is a true story. To select which kids should be in their honors classes.
Okay.
She only had a handful of kids
Sure.
who passed the test. And testing creates anxiety for the kids.
Sure.
And I remember one time there were several teachers, and all they wanted to teach were the smart kids. And so kids get feelings of inferiority based on test scores, and it's not a healthy thing. That's an interesting question. I don't know if they have gotten better. 35 kids in a classroom is really a hard thing.
But you want to mass produce that, right? How do you mass produce those good teachers, right?
Grandma, I'm not getting an education. I'm getting an indoctrination.
I mean, I'm all about education, but let's make sure it's education with a purpose. But I think, hopefully, as a nation, we need to better prepare children for real life. I mean, what I tell my kids is just get good at something, because the world will pay you if you're really good at something. If you're not really good at anything, then they don't know what to do with you.
I think there's a general feeling that, you know, it isn't a valued profession as it used to be.
Money attracts talent, whether we like it or not.
Because I'd been in the schools for all those years. And I did have an agenda.
Yeah.
And I remember at one time I had 29 schools that I was kind of responsible for.
Yeah.
And another board member from Orem had 9. So there were some inequalities that I saw there. So finally, when it was time for the buses to come, they couldn't get up there. So the kids had to stay at school overnight.
Oh, wow.
Well, there's been a need for a while.
Yeah.
And I know that the district was very much opposed to a split.
Yeah.
And I know there was a lot of fear associated with that. Will we keep our benefits? Well, you know, will we have an opportunity to what's going to happen? And the suicide rate at Harriman went through the roof.
Oh, wow.
And so it was a good thing for them too.
Yeah.
So smaller is better.
Yeah.
And when you're closer to the people that you serve, you can do a better job.
I mean, we can make decisions very quickly here, right? You know, pivot left or right.
Sure.
But a big corporation, you know, there's benefits to a big corporation, but as far as moving quickly, that's not something you typically think of.
Exactly. I left many meetings in tears. I really did, because I remember, maybe this is getting a little bit personal, But I remember a meeting, and it was at Meadow Elementary.
Oh, okay.
And we were discussing the remodel of Lehi High School. And I knew that my patrons did not want another remodel of Lehi High School. And one of the board members that was there with us, there was about 5 of us, said, "We don't need them." The superintendent looked a little flushed, and he says, "Yeah, we do. Why would we give them a tax break when they're bringing?" And it was a housing development.
Yeah. Help fund the schools, right?
We
So,
actually do need an impact fee for education.
do we?
I am very much in favor of an impact school. We have a lot of developers in our legislature. "Grandma, we're going to have butterflies right outside our school." They're probably the most important component in our society there is.
And so it's good that these conversations are being had on how to improve things and make things better.
And I had heard that they were going to tear it down and put a car wash there.
Oh.
And I was horrified to think that that would happen. And then we went through the Beanie Baby phase.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was an interesting
I'm sure.
experiment.
Yeah.
Because it got so popular that we would not put out our new Beanie Babies until Saturday morning. And then people who we knew would come to buy the new beanies, they had to draw paper out of a basket for their place in line to go in and buy
'Cause
beanies.
it's
Oh, it was
like
just incredible.
Yeah. Wow.
So I've never seen such a phenomenon.
Yeah.
And luckily, we had bought enough of Ty Warner's other plush that we could buy what we wanted. And he was really restrictive. I mean, within a certain area, you could only have this many Beanie Baby stores.
So he knew what he was doing, obviously, to
He's
drive
a
demand.
marketing genius.
Yeah.
I would love to buy it, and I will make it a replica of the old building.
He wasn't going to make a car wash.
car wash gone.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good.
So it turned out great. Mrs. Miller was driving this convertible, and Larry was in the back of the convertible, hanging on for his dear life.
I guess.
My mom was an incredibly hard worker, and she loved people. And she wrote the paper. She did the layouts for the paper. She kept the books for the paper. She was our #1 cheerleader for Lehi. People loved her for it. And we got probably 300 or 400 subscriptions after publishing that, because people in Lehi want to know what's going on. And what I found is that people want to know.
Yeah.
And the more they know, the better decisions they make about things.
I mean, you have to have the information to make a correct decision.
And we've tried, I mean, it's very important to Sal and to me that what we print is right
Yeah.
and objective.
Frankly, we need more of that. I mean, if we all live in our little echo chambers, that doesn't help anybody.
You never know what to believe on social media.
Especially now with AI, and you can make videos of people doing different things. Like, okay, this isn't real anymore. I can't believe my eyes on different things.
Crazy. The reason I like a hard copy is we can do more.
Yes.
And there's something legitimate about holding a newspaper.
Sure.
It just feels
Sure.
better. I can't let my little ones out on the front lawn because the
There's so
roads
much
are too
traffic.
busy.
Yeah.
And that makes me very sad. I mean, a Costco, for heaven's sakes, who would have thought? I think we are woefully under what we should have for open space, regional parks. I will be damned if everything I love about Lehi is ruined. So Eagle Mountain and Saratoga Springs people can have a faster route to the freeway. She says, I couldn't live like that. I couldn't live in a community that's work, live, play.
Emphasize what makes Lehi good. I hope today's story helped you feel a little more connected to the people who make up our community. Remember, every person here has a unique story, and together, we're what makes Lehi feel like home.